Hi, this is Hans from Dakota Angler and Outfitter. Today we're tying the Party Crasher Jig Nymph. This is a jig nymph that uses flashy elements to get the fish's attention. It's a very productive fly just searching for fish. I have a jig hook in the vise. This happens to be a size 12. This works great in sizes 12, 14, and 16. With a size 12, I have a 3.5 millimeter jig hook in the vise. I'm going to start some thread behind the bead. I'm using kind of a lighter colored thread here. You could use anywhere from like a light tan to a brown thread for this color variation. Wrap to the back of the hook shank. And for the tail, like a lot of my nymphs, I'm going to use Coq de Leon. I really like the durability and then the speckling of Coq de Leon. Tie this in so that you get tails that are about the length of the hook shank, maybe slightly longer. Tie those down the length of the hook shank. Go ahead and trim off the excess. Now at this point, for a little time saving, I'm going to take some midge diamond braid, and this particular color is dark brown. So I have the midge diamond braid, but I also have some copper wire. And with this fly you can change up the color variations. This is a color variation that's been working well for me lately. It's dark brown, midge braid, midge diamond braid, and then copper wire. And what I'm going to do is tie those in both together at the bead and wrap back. Catch that copper wire here again. Wrap back over both the braid and the wire to the back where we tied in our tails. Make sure those are nice and secure with some additional thread wraps. Bring my thread up to the front. Now when I get up to behind the bead, I want to leave myself some working room that I can fit in my thorax. So next, go ahead and just advance the midge diamond braid in tight wraps. Again, this is the dark brown color, but this fly works great with pretty much any of the colors of midge diamond braid, so use your imagination. If you want to match, a Baetis nymph or a particular mayfly nymph, choose a color that matches the insects in your area. Or if you want to use a attractor color like an orange or a purple for the body or something like that, there's a color of midge diamond braid out there for that. Tie off our midge diamond braid and trim off the excess. Next we can wrap the wire, and you can really wrap it either way. That midge diamond braid is very durable, so you don't really need to counter wrap it with your wire. I'm just adding some ribbing here with the copper wire. We get in 4 or 5 ribs. When we get up to our thread, go ahead and tie off that wire. And you can either trim the wire, or you can just wiggle the copper wire back and forth repeatedly, and what will happen is eventually it'll just break right at the point where you tied it off. So now we're going to do our thorax, and the thorax of this fly, there's actually 2 components. The first is going to be some SLF squirrel dubbing, and I'm going to use black squirrel dubbing here, and you need a very sparse amount. That's about all the dubbing I'm going to use right there. And I'm just going to dub that just below the fly here on the thread. Just a little bit of black dubbing. We don't need to make a really fat thorax. Dub that right on top of itself so you still leave a little room in front of the black dubbing. Next we're going to take some SLF prism dub, and I've been using the red color for a little hot spot. It's been working very well for me lately. You could mix and match, try orange or pink or something, but we're going to take a small amount of that red SLF prism dubbing, dub that on. And this is just enough really to go, 1 full wrap around the hook. So you're not making multiple wraps of dubbing. It's a pretty sparse amount. I might end up with a little more than that, but enough to get one good solid collar of that red dubbing. Now that we've got those dubbed in, that's basically the finished fly, other than doing a whip finish and adding some head cement if you'd like. I'm going to just use my fingers here, do a whip finish right behind the bead. Do one more for good measure. Go ahead and trim off my thread, and once again you could put some head cement on there, make that a little more durable. But just a pretty simple combination of materials, but a very effective fly. Again, you can adjust the color of the midge diamond braid and even change the color of the copper wire to get, you know, an unlimited number of variations. Play around with different colors and find one that works best on your water. This has been a really good searching pattern for me in the last month or so, and I've caught some very nice fish on it. Thanks for watching. I'm Hans from Dakota Angler and Outfitter. Stay tuned for more videos and check out our other videos at our website flyfishsd.com.